But thank you for coming and for being a part of affordable housing. I'm going to talk about our program, in basically only our program, but I'll touch on some of the other programs dealing with affordable housing as well. What does affordable housing mean, and what is affordable housing? Affordable housing means a lot of different things to different people. But you've probably heard the more common terms refer to affordable housing as basically affordable housing, low-income housing, reserved housing, or even workforce housing. For HHFDC, affordable housing is housing priced at below market prices for persons having a gross household income of 140% of the area median income and below. We refer to the area median income as AMI, and each county has its own limit. Now, when I talk about HHFDC and the income limits, I'm really speaking to the income limits that are listed on our website because they're designed specifically for our programs. So we use them exclusively and they vary from agency like the HCDA as well as the counties. The city and county has their own area MI limits, as well as the various other counties like the Maui County and the Hawaii Island County. But to HHFDC, affordable housing is basically 140% area median income and below. So let's take a look at the limits. On this slide, and if you click on the chart, the income chart, it actually should open. Hopefully, maybe not. Okay, sorry. But basically, for a household of one, the 140% income limit, I want to say, is 108,000, which is rather high. For a household of four, I want to say that it's about 140,000. So it is really closer to market. When we're talking about 140% and below, we're really looking at not quite at market, but very close to market and below. Who is responsible for affordable housing? Is it the government, like HHFDC, ACDA, the county agencies? Is it the private sector? Is it UNI, real estate professionals, individuals, taxpayers, which is all of us? Or is it the next generation, the millennials? HHFDC, as a government agency, was created by the legislature. Our primary purpose is developing affordable housing for low to moderate income households. And we are governed by laws, right? Hawaii Revised Statutes, particularly 201H, Hawaii Administrative Rules, Chapter 15-307, and our policies and procedures that really outline or speak to the rules and the laws. Our mission is to increase the supply of workforce and affordable housing by providing tools and resources to facilitate housing development throughout the state. So we are developing affordable housing throughout the state. Although it's been a while since we've developed on the outer islands, there were developments that started in the outer islands in the 70s that are still in existence right now. But our core programs for affordable housing development is finance and development. We have a housing finance branch that has innovative tools and programs to assist the developer as well as the consumer. So one of the programs that you might be familiar with is the Hulami program, also the mortgage credit certificate program, and that's coming out of the finance branch within our agency. However, we don't work or we don't provide those things directly. It's actually administered by the approved lenders in the community who will actually take charge and initiate those programs, but we would do the approval. The finance branch also provides funding for development of rental housing projects. So there are various ones that are going up right now, or one that you might be familiar with is the Halekawila Place in Takakako. But there's also some other ones that are coming up in the Kapolei region. The Housing Development Branch, which I'm a part of, the Real Estate Services, also provides tools and resources for the developers. And we provide assistance for them to build affordable housing. So development section will do mainly for sale type housing, but also provide tools for development of rental housing as well. And two of the most used tools or resources provided by the development branch is financing, interim loan financing via our dwelling unit revolving fund, and also to provide building exemptions to the developers so that they can maximize the project within the footprint of their property. We also assist in expediting the land approval process with the city and county development planning and permitting so that it can happen sooner than later, development that is. And then we also have the general excise tax exemption program, which the developers can take advantage of to allow the prices of the units to be at less than market. So those are the main tools that when I think of affordable housing for the scope that I'm involved in, that's what we're using to provide affordable housing to the consumers and new buyers. Okay. So one of the things, or several of the things that we don't provide is we don't manage all of the properties, all affordable properties in the state of Hawaii. The city and county has their own developments under their rules, and you might be familiar with some of them. Some of the units in Eva, primarily Eva was developed under the city and county, but you also have the Mehana at Kapolei, as well as the Ho'opili that fall within the city and county's purview. The HCDA also is involved in affordable housing, and we don't administer their program either, but they're typically located for projects in Kaka'ako, and also special projects like the Croft Terrace. And of course, the Maui County, Kauai County, and the city and county of Honolulu also has their own projects, and they all have a version of affordable housing. They may have a buyback program, the term of the program may vary, and they also may have a shared appreciation program like we do, but again, it varies. So how do you know which one is which? You need to check the owner's deed. Oftentimes, the deed will speak to and have an extra exhibit that speaks to the program that they're under. We also don't provide direct loans to first-time buyers. Sometimes first-time buyers will call us saying, hey, I understand you're the affordable housing agency. What do you have that I could take advantage of because I want to buy something? And unfortunately, our response is we don't have anything to provide to you per se, but you can call different agencies, contact your favorite realtor who can assist you in that regard. There are down payment monies for first-time buyers with the city and county. There's also the mortgage credit certificate program we talked about. So it's really having the wherewithal and the knowledge of what's available to assist your client in purchasing their new home. We are also not involved in the Section 8 housing program. And that is really a rental program, but the Section 8 program also has what's called a housing voucher. The housing voucher was initially started, I want to say in the 80s, and we were part of that, establishing that program or developing that program, but we don't administer it anymore. The Hawaii Public Housing Agency takes care of the Section 8 program, but the housing voucher really allows the applicant buyer to use their Section 8 voucher to purchase. I don't know the details of that program, and I don't have the information either, but I could definitely provide it to the team so that they can submit that information to you. And then lastly, like realtors, like yourselves, we don't provide legal advice. So we do get random calls from owners saying, I want to put my property into a trust, what do I do? Contact your friendly real estate attorney or contact your agent and ask them if they can assist you, at least direct you to who you could possibly use. Yeah. We often get those kind of questions, so that's our favorite answer. There are a number of affordable developments occurring throughout the state under which we are responsible for or have an involvement. We have a Pokai Bay self-help project operating in Waimai. There's also the Block 803 that you may be familiar with, Ohana Hale, that's developed by the same developer as the block. the Central Ala Moana that just broke several months ago. And there's still units available, by the way, I think. And then recently, the Kapiolani Residence Project was completed or built, and we have one remaining buyer who is yet to close. We're excited about that. You know, but that's usually how it works, right? Especially when you're dealing with condos and affordable housing. Anything can happen. So there is a list of all of the developments that we've done throughout the years, going back to the 70s on our website. Say that they're trying to apply at the Central Ala Moana, but they currently have a signed contract with KQ. Does that mean that they have a need for housing? In our review, it means that they do not have. We don't want applicants or buyers applying for multiple projects, although you can. You can apply for more than one HHFDC project or one affordable housing project, but you can only buy one. So in the process of selecting a unit, if they've already contracted and their unit or their contract is binding, we don't want to take away the benefit from somebody else who doesn't have that opportunity. Okay, so examples of qualified purchaser and not qualified purchasers. So somebody who is a first-time buyer, of course, if they meet the definition of a qualified resident, then yes, they would have a need. Somebody who's been displaced, again, due to unsafe living conditions or otherwise, they would likely be a qualified resident. Of course, you know, if you have a need, but you don't meet the definition of a qualified resident, then you don't meet the requirements to purchase a unit under our program. So you have to meet both. And again, you know, somebody who owns a unit and they're currently occupying it as their principal resident, whether or not they purchased it on the open market or as a government sponsored. And again, if they purchased a government-sponsored unit in the past. So what is the future of affordable housing? I hope that you're all able to receive a handout when you came in, when you signed in, the capital connection that the governor provides, as well as a comparison of the buyback and the SCE program. This recent issue from the governor's office highlight some of the projects that have been going on or some that are under construction right now. Of course, there's the transient orient development along the rail stops. That's likely going to happen, but we are nowhere close to having that done at this point. And also the Aloha Homes Bill, you know, and the recent legislation to promote affordable housing is something else that I think that we need as far as making affordable housing available for everybody who needs it. The Aloha Homes Bill, from what I understand, is dead, so it's not happening this year, but it will likely be resurrected next year, you know, as well as the following years until there's some form that is acceptable to the lawmakers. So some of the resources that we have are available on our website, such as the income limits, the income charts. The 2019 income charts are not out yet, but they should be out soon, like I would say in the next couple of weeks. We have a homebuyer resources tab that has answers to frequently asked questions. It also includes a summary of the buyback and the SAE, not in the form that was provided to you today, but some of the more frequent questions that come up. We also have existing and new for sale projects that would be on the homepage of our website. And from time to time, we do repurchase units that are subject to the buyback. And when we do, of course, we have a broker who resells them for us. So that information would probably be on our website as well and gets updated periodically. And then again, there's an affordable rental properties list on our website that categorizes rental properties by unit type. By type of housing, senior housing, family housing, and it's for this throughout the state of Hawaii. And it also has the contact information for the property manager that manages those respectable rental properties. So again, I wanted to circle around as to who is responsible for affordable housing. And for the most part, we're all responsible, right? We contribute with our tax dollars to the programs that operate the HHFDC and all the government agencies. But also, we all can do our own part, the little that we do, by understanding the program requirements, by becoming informed, and by passing that information along to the clients that we assist. Thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you, Lorna.